All right, y'all, let's get to the phones now.
All right,
We've got our
great.
first caller is ready to talk to y'all. Her name is Contessa from Macon. Hi, Contessa.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. What you got for us tonight? What's your question for us?
All right, I was in an accident over a year ago, right? And I had an attorney at the time, but the party that hit me, they let the insurance lapse before any settlement came to be settled. But anyway, so I went ahead and filed my property damage on my insurance. But I want to know, who do I file my personal injury with? Do I have to go back to my insurance company, or do I try to track their insurance company down? Because they did have insurance at the time of the accident.
Contessa, we see this all the time where someone is in a wreck and doesn't have insurance or does not have enough, and this is a classic uninsured motorist claim, and that would be against your carrier if you have uninsured motorist coverage. So hopefully the lawyer you had originally put them on notice, because there is a time requirement that you put your insurance company on notice. You got 3 months at the most.
What happened to her original lawyer?
Apparently, I guess the original lawyer decided not to handle the case because there maybe was no insurance, but they may not have known or appreciated the uninsured motorist aspect of it.
Contessa, do you know whether or not you had uninsured motorist insurance on your own car?
Yes, I did. Of course, I did. I had full coverage. I also had uninsured motorists. But at the time of the accident, they did have insurance. But
if they had insurance,
right, it lapsed
notified me.
After the wreck.
Yeah, that would
After the fact.
No, that would have no bearing on it. What was in place at the time of the wreck, not what happened a day later or months later. So if they had insurance at the time of the wreck, then you would be covered under their liability policy and potentially your uninsured motorist.
So what happened to the lawyer you retained to start with? Did he just say he didn't want to handle the case?
Yes, after it lapsed, that was they notified me and told me that the other party insurance had lapsed.
Well, it had to have lapsed before your collision, not after your. If it had lapsed after the collision, as Wendell says, it would still apply to the collision. If it had lapsed prior to the collision, then you're dependent upon your lawyer, whoever that lawyer was, to have filed a notice, usually within 30 or 60 days, to your uninsured motorist insurance carrier. And then your uninsured motorist insurance carrier would then apply to the at-fault vehicle, just as if the at-fault vehicle actually had insurance. And that most people don't understand that. But it means if you have that's what it's called, then whatever you would otherwise be entitled to recover against the at-fault party, your own insurance company goes over and covers that adverse car. So it puts you in an adversarial relationship to some extent with your own insurance carrier. But that's what you need to find out, and I would call the lawyer and talk to him. I mean, communication is a wonderful thing. Just call up, make an appointment, and go sit down and talk with them.
But it sounds like what the lawyer's saying is it had lapsed before the
Prior
accident.
to the wreck.
And that's another reason we always encourage our viewers to go look at your declaration page and see what coverage you have, and make sure you got uninsured motorist coverage.
And if notice is very important, you have to notify your insurance carrier, your carrier, that you have a claim or a potential claim, either because the other party didn't have insurance or because the other party was underinsured and you have coverage over and above their liability coverage. That's important stuff. But you need to call the lawyer who represented you or who took your case in and ask him or her if they notified your carrier. Now, if you went past, I think the general rule is 3 months, then he may have waived your right to coverage, and then in that case, you would need to talk to a lawyer about possibly proceeding against that lawyer.
So
And
sounds
that-
like she's the perfect, I guess, candidate for this type of show. You know,
Right.
not being treated right.
Absolutely.
And if there's more, I guess, more information that she might need, we'll certainly
would need
run
to-
y'all's phone number at the end of the show
Well,
if she needs to.
There are plenty of lawyers
get a
she
bit more
can talk to.
information. Yeah.
There are plenty of good lawyers in Macon. You need to call a lawyer and lay that out before them, and with all the facts and information, and see what advice you get.
Or call us. Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
glad to talk with you about it.
Absolutely. We'll be sure to run the phone numbers for these gentlemen at the end of the show.